What up, what up, what up? It's your boy LQ, Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ, and welcome to another great episode of RotoBaller Fantasy Sports YouTube channel. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe. Today, I got the Week 15 bold predictions. Got some sneaky sleepers, some players that you might have to get your expectations in order with, and maybe a defense will pop up that should be on your radar that could surprise a couple of folks. So, I don't want to waste any more time, so let's get right into the episode. Now, the waiver wire might be a complete mess for you. Like if you're in leagues like me, as in many leagues as me, the waiver wire is dry at this point of the season. So my bold prediction this week, it's getting spicy in here, man. I'm going to think Robert Woods is going to get some type of fantasy relevance this week. You got no Tank Dell. Nico Collins is down. Dalton Schultz is still somewhat banged up, returning from injury. CJ Stroud is trending towards not playing as well. And listen, if you got guys like Keenan Allen that won't be here for the fantasy playoffs of the first round, you got to start pivoting to whoever's out there who has a name and number on their jersey in your starting lineup. So I think Robert Woods can find some type of fantasy relevance. Here, we're just chasing clear volume. There's no other options. And if Davis Mills is at the starting quarterback position this weekend and CJ Stroud's on the sideline, I can see Davis Mills leaning towards his veterans to try to get him out of situations. And veterans, I mean, in Robert Woods, who's able to still get separation and make the big plays downfield and yards out there to catch. So, bold prediction, Robert Woods going to have some fantasy relevance between 8 to 10 points I'm happy with. So that's my expectations for him. Next up, we're heading to Green Bay with a tight end that's just been catching my eye, Tucker Kraft, man. He's definitely been stepping up in the last couple of weeks. I put a waiver claim in for him, got him. I'm going to stash him. I'm going to really wait and see. I'm not going to be putting him in this week, but I think a bold prediction where he's going to have some fantasy relevance as well, where he could possibly finish as a top 7 tight end. Now, here's why. Each week, his production in the last 2 weeks has increased. Yards per target, you got his yards per reception. They just been getting more and more and more higher, and he's getting more involved in his offense, being that Christian Watson is out right now, banged up with a hamstring injury. They're looking for the next option. He's been able to step up. He has a decent red zone presence as well. They're going against the Bucs. It's a decent tight end matchup for him. So I think if he's going to be a valuable second to third option in this offense, I like him as a flyer this week as a guy that you need to put into your tight end position because, man, the waiver wire is dry out here for tight end. So when you get a tight end who's increasing in his target share, has a decent red zone presence with some touchdown upside, I like this Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft connection as well as it grows maybe into the future. So bold prediction, top 7 tight end this weekend. Duval. Yes, a defense is making the bold prediction list this week. Now, hold up. I know you're probably thinking it's Lamar Jackson, it's the Ravens. They just went out there and put up 37 points on the Rams, etc. I hear you, but listen, the Jaguars defense are tied first in takeaways in the NFL right now. I like what they've been doing all season long. If you've been watching my defensive videos, they've been popping in and out as a team you can slide into your starting lineups, have on your bench, stash, and etc. etc. But at this point of time in the waiver wire game, I'm holding on to 3 defenses right now just so I can have a great matchup each week of the fantasy playoffs. Now, the Jaguars, they could be on your radar as a surprise team that could surprise some folks. I mean, Lamar had an interception and sacked two times last week against my Rams. The Jaguars have been able to get after the quarterback, create some pressure, making the turnovers. I'm predicting that the Jaguars will have 2+ turnovers this weekend against Lamar. And Lamar, he's human, man. I'm not even afraid of the Lamars or the Patrick Mahomes of the world, but I'm really thinking that this Jags defense could surprise some folks to maintain the points with some upside to get some more points on the board. Patrick Mahomes under 20 fantasy points, week 15, lock it in. Listen, he's having a horrible season right here. Horrible to his standard. He's having career lows in multiple categories. He's only top 20 fantasy points once in the last 6 weeks, and he's going to have a difficult task doing it this week against the Patriots, who've been playing elite all season long. Say what you want about the offense, but the Patriots defense have been holding it down rock solid. Now, I'm not telling you to sit Patrick Mahomes this week. I'm telling you to get your expectations in order just so you have all your other positions of rock solid in stone and not try to get cute at other positions, chasing upside, etc. But Mahomes, I'm going to lock him as having under 20 fantasy points again going into week 15. Now, last but certainly not least, my week 15 bold prediction at the running back position, Tai Spears. Now, just as much as it Derrick Henry week going against Houston, because we know he lights up Houston every single time that he faces them. But here's the thing. just as much as his cake, Tai Spears is going to get a piece of that cake as well, where I feel as though he can be involved in the passing game. There's PPR upside here with him. Top 10 in targets among running backs, and you're going up against this Texans defense who are top 10 in receptions allowed to running backs. So the marriage is there, the matchup is there for him. So I think Derrick Henry in the last couple of weeks, he's been getting off the field a lot more. Tai Spears has been getting his licks, he's been getting his touches, but I think this is a game where this Texans offense is going to be basically fizzled out with Davis Mills or whoever the case may be. But listen, I feel as though that this defense is not going to be able to catch a breather, and where you're getting beat down by Derrick Henry and you have to tackle Derrick Henry every couple minutes, it's going to be a problem, where I think Tai Spears will be able to get on the field and have some fantasy relevance. My expectations for him are bold predictions where he's going to be an RB2, where my expectations with him and his points are between 12 to 18 points. Now, if he hits 18 points or more, that'll be a season high for him this season. And I think the future is definitely bright for Tai Spears, how explosive he is, and his work in the passing game. So that was my bold predictions for week 15. Hopefully you guys like these videos. Make sure you like and subscribe to the RotoBaller Fantasy Sports YouTube channel. Please leave a comment below on your start and sit questions, and I'll get to them all the way up until game day. Like I said, this is bold prediction video. You didn't come here for a start and sit. I'm just giving my input, and hopefully this information is useful for you. And you guys can follow me at Real Deal Fantasy on all social media platforms. Until next time.